Take you through some fun licks, maybe do some different things, different devices, different techniques, and these are all things that you could, put your own twist on as we do like this melodic soloing over this melodic jam track in the key of D minor. And the chords are D minor 9 to a B flat, major 7 flat 5, and then it goes to a G minor 6 to an A sus4. And we're going to concentrate on a few strong notes as we're soloing. You want to concentrate on certain notes of the chords. It's really the chords that give you the full roadmap, right, to what you can use solo and improvisation wise. So you want to look at the chords and the notes that make up the chords. D natural minor over all the chords works great. 5th fret A string is a D note. And let's play our D natural minor scale like this. Really get that one onto your fingers. It's nice because just one finger per fret. The other thing you could do, just slide around the notes on one string, but leave your finger down, and it's very melodic. So if we just take a few notes on the G string, 5th, 7, 9, 10. Right? You can hear that. Slide to 10, slide back to 7, slide up to 9, slide back to 5. Hit the notes once, hit them twice, right? Add the vibrato. That time I did it with some palm muting. And not palm muted, right? But we're just taking the notes on one string, in that natural minor scale, moving outside the scale a little bit. But you could see how you could get all different. There's that half step bend again. I went to 10th to 9th fret. But then I bent it up. Let it down. Then 7, 5, hammer to 7, my root note vibrato. These are just really cool little things that you could start your journey off with, moving around the neck, I really like using octave devices like that, where I'm sliding up, and that note is our F note on that 10th fret of the G string. And then on the high E string, I have an F note on the 13th fret of the high E string. Right? Same note, 12 notes apart. So I slide up to F, then I hit that other F. Really nice. I played the rest of the lick like that in the opening. I just slid up to the octave, then I took that 12th fret and I bent it to the F with a half step bend and let it down. And then I landed on that A note. Why? That A is strong note, right? In the chord, on that 10th fret on the B string. So you get the, held it with vibrato. Half step bend, let it down, and into our A note. One of the licks I did was something like this. Okay, now that lick is based off of this D minor triad. Right, the minor triad is just those 3 notes that make up that minor chord. In this instance, we're playing the D minor triad. The root actually is right here, D, and this is actually movable triad. So you have your D note here on that 7th fret of the G string. You have your F note on the B string on the 6th fret, and there's our A on the 5th fret of the high E string. Our D minor triad. You can also think of that as that lives inside this D natural minor scale. The lick, actually, I started like, I kind of did one pick, kind of swept those 3 notes with one downstroke. And then when I got to the first finger, little vibrato, then I went back, up it. And then when I got to the G string, I'm starting to do a little palm muting, kind of change it up a little bit. Instead of the note, get a little different sound in there. Then I just climbed right up the scale. And then I slid up to my G note at that 8th fret. I ended it on that D note on the G string on my root note. So the whole lick slow. Here it is up to speed. I also like incorporating some licks using open strings, and I played a lick like this. Okay, and that started with the open strings, and then I kind of moved it down the scale. But basically what I'm doing is I'm playing that natural minor scale, but I'm putting the open string before. So it's 4 notes per string. So on the A string, I start it like this. And it's all one pick, the open string, hammer, hammer, hammer. So open and hammer 5, hammer 7, and hammer 8. You want to get those 4 notes in there. And then you do the same thing on the D string. 5, 7, 8. That's the scale notes. So this is a device that'll work with any scale, but you're putting in that open string first. I'll take that back. It will work with most scales if those open strings are also notes that are in the scale. But even if they're not, it might just sound cool because they'll sound a bit outside. So you have to kind of use it at your discretion. So here it is slow. Whenever you're playing the open string licks, they don't sound as good slow as when you start to play them fast. All right, and then on got to the G string, open G, 5, 7, hammer. Here's all 3 strings. And build the speed up. And then when I got down to the G, I played that. So what I was doing there was I was climbing right up the scale. Right up that natural minor scale. But I was going up a note, back a note, up a note, back a note, up a note, back a note. Then I was going down to the B string. And I ended on my root note, D. So here's the lick slow. Okay, here's a little faster. It's a cool lick I was doing. I was combining some arpeggios together and I got this sound. Okay, so what I was doing there was I was playing this minor arpeggio, but I was sweeping it. So I was sweeping it as I was kind of descending it. And then I quickly hopped back up to that F note on that high E string, so you got to skip a lot of string. And then I slid it to my D note, and I played, and I kind of swept that where I'm playing those notes, 10th fret on the high E, 11 on the G, 11 on the B, 12 on the G, 10 on the G, and then to 9, like a minor 6, D minor 6 arpeggio. Then I slide that back up to the F notes from 9 to 10, and I ended it on the F note with the octave, F 13th fret, so slow. And that's kind of like a little cool little arpeggio that you could use right here in this natural minor scale. D natural minor. Lives right there. You can slide it back from that E back to your D and you got your root note. Another fun lick I like doing is using octaves but sliding them up in different ways up the neck. I played a lick like this in that intro. So what I was doing, I was using the octaves off of the A string and the G string. So there's my D octave. What I'm doing is I'm just playing that A string, I'm skipping over the D, and I'm playing the G string. 5th fret A string, 7th fret on the G string. And on my first finger is kind of falling flat, falls down flat to mute that middle string. So I kind of play the one string, then the other. Then I slide up a minor third, so I skip over the next note and I go to the following note. So I'm sliding from the 5th to the 8th. Then I slide back 1, so I kind of go up 2, back 1, up 2 notes, back 1, up 2, back 1. It gives me a cool, interesting sound. Here it is slow. I land on that A note, right? So you get this. And I'm landing, kind of targeting that A note, because again, very strong note in that D minor chord. I hope you enjoyed those licks and devices. You know, put on that jam track and just get lost in it, right? And really drill down on these and try a few of them and incorporate it into your playing. Put your own spin and your own twist on it. You know, there's so much that you could do, and I was just kind of just taking a few scales, a few arpeggios, but hopefully those will give you some different ideas and some food for thought, some ammunition for your arsenal. And thank you so much for checking out this lesson and for your support over the years and years. So appreciate it. Keep up all that hard work on those guitars. Have fun with it, right? And remember, your guitar playing is an evolution. So enjoy the journey. Take care, rock on, and I will see you in the next lesson.